Hello again. This is Dawn Alicia, Gemini Who Rocks, and I am still a tortured Cleveland Browns fan. I'm not sure what I think about the news about what the Browns did, and I think Jim Schwartz could have been a good head coach. He was a good head coach, so hopefully he stays. I still want to say that Peter Capaldi is still the best doctor. And as you can see, I love Wacko Warner and Garfield and Pookie. I've always wanted a Garfield tattoo, but my mom says I wasn't allowed to have one. Yes, I'm a grown woman, but when your mom, I listen to my mom, and my mom says, no, you can't have one. I'm like, I don't care. No, you can't have one. She even Bible quoted me, and I said, I don't care. But as you can see, I listened to my mom, and I didn't get one. Here's a picture of her when she was way younger. Wasn't she beautiful? So today I want to talk about Lord of the Rings. I remember I said to my mom a couple years ago, I would love like a map of Lord of the Rings, and then she bought me this very beautiful blanket off of Amazon that has the map. And so I want to say that when Lord of the Rings first came out, I didn't care one way or the other about it. And I remember when The Fellowship came out, I did not go to the theater to go see it. I ignored it. My mom did go, though. And then when the second movie came out, she was like, can you want to see it? And I was like, no, I don't care. I don't want to see it. And so I went to go see, I think, the Signs with Mel Gibson. And so when my movie was over and Lord of the Rings is still playing, because as you know, it's a very long movie, I came into the theater to check on her, and I look up, and it's right at the scene in Two Towers when Legolas gets on the shield, slides down the stairs, and starts shooting arrows. And I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. And I was totally, totally hooked. And so after that, I think me and my mom saw Two Towers in the theater like 17 times. Totally worth it. And so then also my mom had the book on CDs, the Rom English version. I totally recommend it because the guy is amazing. He practices the voices and every person sounds different. And so then Return of the King came out. I remember my uncle and his girlfriend and her son were living with us, and we wanted to go see it without them. So we literally snuck out the house and went to go see it at the movie theaters, and it was so, so awesome. And I just fell in love. And so we saw that one over 20 times in the theater. And we also met a really good friend, one of the many viewings there, because back in Cleveland is where I saw Lord of the Rings originally. And then we would go to the Valley View Big Boys, because I love big boys, and get a super big boy, Ohio style, of course. And so over the years, whenever it played in the theater, me and my mom would go see it. Also, when they would do like marathons where they did all day long, I would go sit there, and we would sit there all day long and go watch the movie. So I was really excited when I saw they were releasing it, the extended edition in the theaters for the 25th anniversary. Unfortunately, my mom is no longer with us, and so I went with her in spirit. I knew she would have loved that, but no tears. So yeah, so luckily I have some good friends who also love Lord of the Rings like I do. So on Friday we saw Fellowship. On Saturday, Two Towers, and of course on Sunday, Return of the King, which is my favorite. I know Fellowship is my mother's favorite. I remember when The Hobbit came out, I tried to read the book with the young man who was living with us, and my mom was made a caregiver for, but he lost interest, so I never read it. So when The Hobbit came out, I told my mom I would like to listen to the books on CDs, and so you'll find this funny. I would listen to the book up until when the movie ended. Then I would stop the book, wait a whole year, play it again, stop the book, wait a whole year, and finish it. And then when I got to the end, I was like, oh my God, he died? And my mom was like, yeah. I said, if I had known that, I wouldn't have watched the movie. She said, I know, that's why I didn't tell you. So I do want to say a very happy anniversary to Lord of the Rings. Thank you, Mom, for introducing me to this wonderful, wonderful franchise. And I hope to talk to you some more about things that I love, like Doctor Who, Peter Capaldi, more Lord of the Rings stuff maybe, but I also want to focus on stuff like older movies, my all-time favorite TV show, Married with Children. Let's see. Also, I would like to talk about old movies. I love Fred Astaire. I love Cary Grant, Garfield, original Garfield, original Animaniacs. So hopefully we will chat more soon. Have a great day. Bye.